American manufacturing has been struggling, but not for the reasons that you think. We've been manufacturing here in the States for over 30 years and competing on a global market. Today, we're going to be discussing some of the reasons that American manufacturing has been struggling and give you some tools to run a successful shop here in the States. The truth is, when a customer comes to you, they don't want just a part, they want a solution. They want a finished, assembled, welded, painted, final part. But there's a problem. A lot of US manufacturers are still stuck in the past. They're only offering one piece of the solution: machining, or laser cutting, plasma cutting, or welding, or painting. And that's exactly why so much production is going overseas. This particular product, if we did only one piece of it, say just the welding, we would not have this product. Our customer needs the final ready-to-go part delivered to their line just in time. American manufacturing isn't struggling because of lack of skill. It's struggling because of lack of convenience. The first thing we need to talk about is vertical integration, keeping as many processes in-house as possible. Here in our shop, we start with raw material. We cut it, bend it, assemble it, weld it, paint it, and ship it, all under one roof. If you look at China, they're not just cheaper, they're also faster and simpler to work with. You send them a drawing, they handle everything. It's very convenient. Meanwhile, in the United States, you send out a drawing, it takes 5 different suppliers to take it all the way to a finished good. And all the time, it extends the lead times and expands the cost. If you're an engineer or a buyer or a commodity manager, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And that's one of the biggest solutions that we offer to our clients, is the fact that you order it with us and then we deliver it to you. Additionally, something that's not talked about enough is that in a shop that is vertically integrated, you may not be the expert on welding, but you are the expert on that product. And you can propose engineering changes, cost-saving measures for your customer. We have saved our clients millions, either in reduction in logistics cost or even cost-saving initiatives on their parts. We do that because we're looking at our products and we're trying to figure out how can we do it better, how can we provide better quality, how can we produce it faster? How can we produce it more profitably? So if you got those questions going on in the back of your head, you'll find solutions as they pop up. To sum it all up, some of the benefits of vertical integration are faster turnaround times, lower overall costs, higher quality, and the ability to compete on a global market. Another issue that American manufacturers face is trying to out-cheap China. That's a losing battle, and instead, we should focus on transparency. The cost-plus model changes the game. It allows customers to see exactly what they're paying for. You clearly lay out your cost, the raw material required for your part, the labor required for your part, your finishing costs, and a fair profit margin. Doing this, you can see what that product will truly cost you to produce. When you're running cost plus, you can look at it, look at the part, and you can decide how much profit margin you need to make. So for us, if we're running a high volume job, 4% profit, 5% profit is great. As long as we cover all of our costs. If it's a one-off part, we're gonna have to charge a higher profit margin at the end of the day, because we're only gonna see that part once. When you're transparent with your customer, it allows conversations, a little more in-depth conversations. So for example, if you have a part that comes from China or even Mexico, which is a lot closer, you can have those conversations. Hey, what happens if there's a rework? Hey, what are you paying to put that container on the water? You can have those conversations, and at the end of the day, you might find out, yes, your price might be a little more expensive than China, but the overall landed cost at the customer is less. Some stats on that: 60% of companies that offshored their products failed to account for the total cost of that product. And 70% of manufacturers who reshored their products saw higher profits within 2 years. On top of all that, shipping costs from China to the US have increased 5 times since 2019. That alone almost negates any labor savings that you'd make. Next point is wages. In our experience, we have found that low pay creates more management, and that creates more problems. So instead of trying to pay your employees the least you possibly can, try paying them the most you possibly can. Well-paid workers are more dedicated and productive. When they show up, they take ownership of their work, and they're committed to the success of the company. Here we utilize a team productivity model. In this model, as the company succeeds, so do the employees. And everyone is incentivized that we get good product out the door. If you contrast this to a traditional model by the hour, and you pay your people as little as possible, your quality will improve, your delivery will improve, and the whole company is aligned with the success. And the team productivity model is a way that we have found that works fantastic, but it can be anything. That's a model that has worked for us, but get creative. See if you can find a way where you link the success of the company and it directly affects the employees, where they have a way to benefit as the company benefits. Paying your workers the least you possibly can leads to poor quality, poor performance, bloated management, and if you contrast that to well-paid professionals, they don't need managers, they don't need supervisors, and they take ownership and pride in their work. So here's my challenge to you. If you run a shop, you're wanting to start a shop, or you're in charge of a department, consider paying your people as much as you possibly can, investing in vertical integration, and moving to a cost-plus model. This will help you to compete, to retain work, to attract great people, and to be successful for many years. And as a customer, start looking at the complete cost. Factor in what it takes to bring it in from overseas. Look at your quality, consider your rework, and figure out what it actually costs you to get that part to your door. We want to hear from you. What do you think the biggest challenge stopping American manufacturing from making a comeback? If you have any thoughts on this, let us know in the comments. And if you have any content you'd like us to make, please let us know. And let's make America manufacture again.